What's up? It's your boy Say Speak.
It's A from the A, Arkansas to be specific. Don't get it twisted.
And we didn't. And we got a special guest today, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Tell him who you is. Tell him why you're here. Let's get it.
All right, my name is 1Professor, also known as 1P. Man, I'm here to have a great conversation with y'all, man. Just to talk about the music and just talk about anything y'all want to talk about, you know.
And it's gonna be a great conversation indeed, for sure, bro. We thank you for stopping by, man. And without further ado, so we like to start off the show with saying something like playing this game about how you really feeling, man. You feel me?
Really feeling?
Yeah. I said how you really feeling.
How are you feeling?
You know when you go somewhere and they be like, "What's up?" or "How you doing?" They're not really asking how you doing, because if you tell them how you doing in the middle of Kroger, they're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, like I ain't even asked all that." But on this show, we asking how you really feeling, just to get a feel about how everybody feeling mentally, physically, spiritually, man. So how you really feeling, 1P?
About what? Like
about in general,
life in general,
just in life, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a hard question to ask these days, you know. I'm feeling like, you know, I'm feeling blessed, grateful. You know what I'm saying? Just grateful. That's all I can say. Just grateful. You know, we all can look at something we can complain about. So I'm gonna just say I'm grateful, feeling good, glad that I'm healthy, glad I can be here and talk to y'all, you know, and keep doing my thing. That's all I can say. Feeling blessed.
Yeah, I don't think many people realize that exactly what you said is 1000% enough. Like, it's just the fact that I'm just grateful to be here.
It's hard to fathom that and just really sit on it, though.
Nah, facts.
You know, I understand, like, I can say that it's something you hear, but to really sit in and understand it, you know, it's like you tired of hearing it, like, I'm grateful, you know, man, you don't care about this.
It's definitely so easy to point out, like, where everything is wrong. Because I was actually having a conversation with our other co-host who's not here. Yeah. He was talking about life is hard, but it's not as hard as we think. It's just what we focus our energy on. So whenever you like change your mindset to focus on the good in life, you're going to be able to notice a lot more blessings that you have, or blessings that are coming your way. So,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Facts.
That's true. It's I don't know why it's so hard. You know, it might be, I don't know. You know, I don't know why it's so hard for people to focus on it. You know, you can focus on it. Sometimes it's like you can focus on it for 5 minutes, but then you go right back to your default settings of negativity for the rest of the day. It's just, and it floods your mind. So, you know, I understand anybody who can't understand or see that right now, but it's like, yeah, that's true though. That's true. If you focus on that, you'll start seeing more. All of a sudden, blessings start coming.
Yep.
Facts. Blessed to be here, bro.
Amen.
So,
how you really feeling, A?
I'm actually feeling really good. I saw this quote, or we talked about it like a few episodes ago, which y'all should be caught up by now. We talked about, or no, I said something about like seeing blessings for all the people around me. One of my friends just announced that she's pregnant. Oh, so exciting. Dope. And just
you're trapped in a room.
Oh my
God. Off the real.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This man.
That was reference for the other episode. Make sure y'all go back and look at that.
Yeah. So it's just it reminded me of this quote I saw on Instagram like this morning. It was like, when you see God blessing those around you, make sure you clap for them, you celebrate them, because he's in the room. Because one of the things I had to change my mindset on, since we were talking about like changing mindsets, focus on the positive, is I would see all these people around me like getting married, having babies, getting new relationships, doing these like big career moves. I'm like, dang, like when is it my turn? When is it finally going to happen to me? And I had to stop, like, no, that's their timeline. This is mine. Like, everybody's journey is different. And just like remembering that whenever I do have those moments where I am just comparing myself, because comparison is a thief of joy, y'all.
Facts.
It's been a blessing. Like, I'm starting to see like my hard work that I've been putting in, just trying to focus on my faith, focus on changing my mindset to be more positive. Things are starting to come to fruition and blessings are coming.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. And it's crazy. The one thing she said real quick, about when you see how everybody else, you know, getting paid, like, when is my time? You know what's crazy? It's like, it's so common though. It's like everybody. It ain't like these people over here getting pregnant and these people over here. It's like, it seems like everybody getting what you trying to achieve. That's what it feels like, you know. And so it's like, you know, so it can hit you hard like that.
You know, a perfect example of that. I don't know if y'all familiar with the comedian Andrew Schultz. He got a show with Charlemagne called Brilliant Idiots or whatnot. And so his comedy special came out like, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I want to say March 3rd, whenever that was. And he basically talking about his issues with having a kid. Like he thought he was like, I thought it was my wife at first. Then the doctor told me it was me.
Family.
Yeah. So it was him the whole time. So, and ironically, one of the prayers he prayed was, you know, because he thought it was his wife. He was like, God, whatever pain that she's feeling, just give it to me, blah, blah. And he was like, bro, God really did it because it was me. So they was struggling for a long time to have a baby. Mm-hmm. But once the special release, he was going through it, but once the special release, he started talking about it. He started getting a lot of DMs and emails like, yo, bro, this helped me. And I was going through the same thing, but it's like, you'll be surprised what a lot of people are going through. You think you're the only one going through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're the only one getting punished for it or whatnot. It's not punishment. Like it's one is part of life. The good with the bad is life.
Right.
And the bad can be like, I saw something that, like I told you last time, the bad is a part of your good story. So it's like, it's all about perspective. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's great, y'all.
And I'm back from it, yeah,
for sure. And I think I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, bro. I'm in the same lane as y'all. With I wouldn't say content where I'm at, but like I'm. Mm-hmm. Once I start leading on faith, everything start unfolding in the best way possible. So sometimes you got to just give up control. Like you can't control every part of your life. It's just let God steer your way and whatever you believe in, and just let go control.
That's the hardest thing.
1000%.
And it's like, what is that? How do you do that? Like I tell myself, all right, I trust God, I'm finna let go.
So the way, even down,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but you keep working.
You feel like you need to do something, you know?
I guess the part about letting go of control is not letting it get you down if it doesn't work out. So it's just like, if you're going for something.
Part of his plan, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, if you're going for a job, and you're applying, you're going to interview, and nothing's working out. If you go, you know what, God, just give me a job where you see me fit at. I don't want to do this. I don't want to stress. I don't want blah, blah. This is what I want. And I'm going to go to these jobs, but I really want this job. But if it's not for me, keep it away from me. Mm-hmm. Like that's giving up control, because trying to control it, be like, I want this job and only this job. And this needs to work out this way.
Yeah.
Can you do this for me?
Exactly. So it's just like, but if you...
Your will be done, though, you know. Yeah.
Exactly. If you tell him not to do it and keep it away from you, if it's not good for you, then when you get that job, it's like, okay, I know I'm in the right spot. Mm-hmm. And I know that job turned me down. It might have been good, but it's something in there that was going to stress me out or going to kill me, or I ain't supposed to be there.
Right.
So that's what it is.
And you ain't got to know what it is, you know.
Exactly.
Just trust. That's what, trusting him come from. You ask. Well, I gotta tell you for. Like,
exactly. You really don't.
I gotta tell you why some most stuff, bro. You told me if it ain't good, don't, and I sit back, man.
And to be honest, you may not even want to know.
Yeah.
Man.
It might be something you're not prepared for.
There'd be layers to it.
Facts.
Because the way my anxiety's set up, especially when I'm like, you know what? Jesus, take the wheel. You got it. I'm letting you do your thing. Yeah, it's like,
somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just having moments like that. And then I look back on what I thought I wanted, or like a job that I wanted, a situation I wanted to work out. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm glad I let him take control of that, because ain't no telling.
Because sometimes you do find out why. And then you be like, man,
I knew it. I see it. I
know cold. Nah, you cold. Yeah.
Or you mess around and see somebody else get hired, then you look up and you be like, you hop on Facebook and be like, so-and-so laid off 11,000 employees. Well, it's like,
okay, get shut down all of a sudden.
And it happens, bro. It happens to successful businesses, though. Like the Intercom, I think it was Intercom business that from years ago, they literally studied this in school, like in financial classes.
Yeah.
They was cooking up. That was in that joint. Everything was running right for the board, I think. But it was like, that was in that joint making up stuff, basically.
Cooking the books.
Cooking it. And,
the books.
And so when it came to review, that was like, yeah, we got these numbers, we got these numbers. And the folks are like, how? Yeah, show me this and show me this. Yeah, some ain't right. Some ain't adding up. So, and that was doing it, I think, if I remember correctly, if you invest in my company, I'm trying to make it look good to you. So if I'm saying it's worth this much and I'm earning this much, but I'm really not. So it's one of them things, bro. But shout out to us for being able to talk about that. You know what I mean? Shout out to us. Them folks,
dang, they still going
crazy, man.
What we talked about was that good?
We got a studio audience behind the camera.
Yeah, y'all can't see it.
Yeah, but y'all quiet down over there, man. But man, let's get into some questions for you, bro.
Yeah.
I guess, you want to start off, or you guys?
Yeah, I kind of want to tell the story about like how we met. It was so crazy because one of our other co-hosts, D Norvell. Did I say it funny? D Norvell.
Nah, that's how we said it.
That's why I was trying to. Yeah,
you said it right.
You supposed to know by now.
He got that joke.
I call it.
Dang. But yeah, so P. Will that did my baby video. He was looking for a model for that, and Dane saw it. And I didn't follow P. Will on Instagram at that point, and he was like, "Hey," because he's our frat brother.
P. Allen.
Yeah, P. Allen. I said P. Will.
A man of many names.
No, I'm gonna say he must know him by another name. Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he, Dane called me. He was like, "Hey, he's looking for a model. I think you would love to do that." Which shout out to your friends that put you on to great opportunities. That's why it's important to have a good circle.
It's rare.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was like the next day, and like we got connected, and I was like, boom. And then that's how I met you. Was at that video, and it was hot that day. It was so much fun. It was awesome. It was my first music video I've ever done. So thank you for having me there.
I appreciate you being.
So it was great.
What was your role? I'm about
Nah, it's good.
Girl.
It's crazy that she. It's crazy that she say thank you. I appreciate you. Sure.
Yeah.
We shot a great video. Like folks asleep. Like great production.
What was the name of it? I gotta look at it. I ain't seen it.
My baby.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's what you said you was sweating in.
Yeah, definitely was sweating. It was hot. It was real hot.
Where y'all recorded it?
Is it Dixon? Or the
Botanical Garden,
something.
or maybe the one next to it. It was one of them two. I still don't know.
It's by campus.
Yeah.
So Botanical Garden.
It was just hot,
close to campus,
and a lot of shade. Man, I had a portable fan. She wasn't doing nothing.
Weird.
It wasn't about nothing, man. Man, but hey, it's better than nothing though. But that it was nice for sure. I always be wanting to when I shoot my music videos, I always be wanting to be like fun, as if we threw an event or we getting together, so I'm glad everybody, enjoyed themselves. For
yeah,
sure.
that's one thing I love is whenever I collaborate with other people, other artists, models, photographers, is just creating like a great environment. And I feel like that's what we did, and we all meshed just so well. So it was just so much fun.
Yeah, definitely was dope.
That was great. So that's how we met.
Yeah, we met through the artistry,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of the artistry, actually, it's not speaking of the artistry. Bro, what is your favorite planes? I would listen to your last project.
My favorite what?
If your fear of planes.
Oh.
Because I would listen to the last project, and I think what was it called?
I said something about planes on the project.
You said it about twice. You was like, the first one you was like, I don't mess with planes, but I got a chopper, something like that.
Oh,
and then the second one,
I'm making so much music, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the second one,
that sound familiar though. We having bars about.
I think that was on Least I Know. I think.
Yeah.
And the other one was on Antidepressant. You just straight up said, first of all, I'm gonna go back to that question.
I'm so glad you brought up Antidepressant. Folks don't be trying. That's one of my favorite songs.
Bro, that's what
it's trying so hard to me, bro. I don't know why.
I just said the words to her when I first came in. So we're gonna go back to that one. So you said it in Antidepressant. You just straight up said it. You was like, I don't do planes. And I said, what is this man? You fear with planes, bro? Like, do you just be saying it, or what's the beef with planes?
I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't like nothing that's out of your control. Once if it came to a life or death situation, it's out of your control. You just did.
So is that
I don't
why?
like stuff like that.
Is that why?
And I don't like heights. I got a fear of heights. I'm gonna be real.
Me too, bro. I ain't gonna care.
Like,
I ain't discovered till
I ain't gonna care. I ain't gonna even lie. If we was on a cliff and I look down, bro, my whole body gonna get weak.
No, I might.
It's out of my control. You know what I'm saying?
So does it go back to what we were talking about in the beginning though? When you said, what does giving up control look like? Like you was like, you can't really figure out how to give up control. Like does that correlate to?
And if you don't know how to give up control, you can end up falling into something, anxiety or and things like that. But it's a process, and we gonna get better at it, And I'm sure in the process, I ain't at the end because let that plane be going down. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like being on the plane anyway, so I already got in my mind if something was to happen, I gotta just accept it. I'm just saying my prayers, man.
That's life though. Like if anything happens, you gotta accept.
I ain't gonna say I ain't scared. Yeah, I'm scared of motherfucker.
But they said a man who's
but that don't stop. You could be scared now, and I'll be scared you wouldn't know it. You see what I'm saying? You still gotta Like, you ever seen an action movie?
Yeah, plenty.
And they go in certain situations, they kicking ass. You know, you think they weren't scared that maybe they might get shot in the head, but they do what they got to do
and do it scared.
Yeah, basically. So if I gotta get on a plane, I'm gonna do it, but it's just out of my control. So I don't like it. That's never been a good thing for me. But I was on the cruise in the middle of the ocean, didn't like that.
See, I thought, bro,
I like the cruise though. The cruise was fun.
I ain't gonna count.
Disney Fantasy. It was fun, but
I got a cruise coming up in December. So I'm gonna tell you what scared me. I'm trying to push it out of my head, but I ain't going nowhere.
Oh man.
It was TikTok. Blame TikTok. Scroll through TikTok and it was like it was a dude talking about what the people on the Titanic actually saw when it was going down.
Okay.
Bruh, it was I'm talking about they in the middle of the ocean. And like the lights only on the boat. Only lights are on the boat. So once the lights go out on the boat, it's pitch black, bro.
Yeah,
but by that time, you're not going to be like out on the deck and stuff.
Some people were on the floats. So it's like you can't see nothing.
I'd rather be on the deck. I mean, if anywhere, I don't want to be in my room and then all of a sudden it's just splitting in half.
Oh God.
Or imagine if you were able to get on the float. Well, you can't see where you're going. So do you sit there until the sun come up, or do you gotta do? Because you can't sit there for it's pretty much you got to put an all nighter. You're gonna be sitting on the piece of wood holding you up one night. But it's like it's crazy, bro. But going back to Antidepressant, didn't mean to freak y'all out. But going back to Antidepressant, the opening lines of that song, bro, I can't remember it in a second. This will kill me because I walked in saying them. It was like cruising.
Why can't I remember this?
Cruising in the present, thinking about my future. You said it in a way that I wanted to point out. Hold on. You said it in a way that I really wanted to point out. Let me give me like 10 seconds. Oh, I got it up right here.
I got you. Oh, you got it.
Hold on.
Man, I'm like, man, sometimes just listen to the music, man. Ain't gotta be no hard banging beat, you know.
Just cruising down the road, I'm thinking about my future in the present.
Taking inside the present, inside the present in the blind. I ain't even gotta lie. Yeah.
So the thing
about ones, man, y'all need to go check that out.
Cruising down the road, thinking about my future in the present, taking into the present. Like, so the reason why I point that out, bro. So as an artist, and then you may even get it, but like the way I visualize words, bro. The way when I hear music, it's like the words turn to sound in a word. Like if I go
picture.
Yeah, so it's like
a sound and then
picture a laser, right? When they're like riding down the road, thinking about my future in the present, taking into the present. Like that's how I view. That's what goes on in my head when I hear music.
Yeah.
So I said it to say, bro, I rewinded that part so many times, and that's how I know it. So it's like
you see it, and then singing become a feel. Like you feel it a certain way.
You hear the vocals, you hear like the voice, you hear the voice go up, then it drops, then it zigzags, and then it like I can't. That's the way I hear some, bro. It's
crazy because I'm glad you said it like that because when I'm recording this, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even know how to explain. I'm gonna stop myself. I don't know how to explain. It's crazy how it's like that. It's like kind of like, you know, it's zigzag. It's this, it's that, and I struggle with that sometimes because sometimes you make a song, you need to stay on this line. Sometimes
artistry, bro.
Right. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can do this. Sometimes you can do that, and sometimes it's to the detriment of the song sometimes for me because sometimes I'm trying to see if I can do this and I can do that. But when I should have stayed, and you got to figure out when is it time to stay here or when is it time to go here or
this
go
is
there,
a perfect example right here.
Go here, you know.
What these bars are doing with the vocals, that is it's kind of like that's how I hear music.
I sure been looking at it too.
Can I tell you what that made me think of? You know how on like the old Mac, or no, what is it? So whenever I had an older MacBook and you'd play music and it would be like is it equalizer? I can't remember what the setting is. Whenever you're playing music, it like moves to that.
Oh, you're talking about the sound thing?
Yeah,
I know.
That's what I was thinking of. I was like, where is that from? But it was from my MacBook.
It's like the old I can't think.
Is it not Movie Maker, bro?
It's not Movie Maker, but if you're playing music and you set it
like the Windows thing,
kinda
Windows Media Player thing.
Yeah, that's what
you
it
can choose, and it got different versions. It's not always just
it's like sparkles, like whatnot.
Yes,
it could be all type of stuff. Yeah, I remember that for sure.
Bottom.
Only 90 babies know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out to Dial Up Internet.
The 2000 baby, they like, huh? What's that?
So that's how I hear. Like even like I would listen to the rest of the song, but I was like, when I hear music and like vocal changes happen like that, I don't know why it's just appealing to me.
And it's still in the right box.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not going above this red line to the point you're bleeding over the audio. It's just like
it makes sense.
Like I just wanted to point that out, bro. Very interesting.
I appreciate it. I'm always trying to do stuff like that. I always trying to find new melodies, new ways, new sounds. So I appreciate you recognizing. That's why I said you said antidepressant. And I was like, yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, that's the one.
I feel like people sleep on that one.
Now that's the one that stood out to me. I was going through them, and that's the one that caught me.
Yeah,
I was going through, and I'm like, yeah. We on the same page with it.
Say no more. My favorites. You were like what I was just telling you, this new EP thing I just dropped. You will like that then. It's that style, you know. So I for sure send it to you. Yeah.
Send it to me, bro.
So speaking of like different styles of music, where do you get your sound inspiration from? And how do you stay? I know we've talked about it before, the industry, like even the modeling industry, podcast industry, music, like it can be an oversaturated field. So how do you, what inspired your unique sound and how do you stay different in a saturated field?
I don't know. When I first started doing music, I was on some straight rapping, like no auto-tune. It was rap. Like I was like more, you know, talking about all the young nigga stuff and all that, you know. I don't know what transitioned me to trying to explore my sound and the auto-tune now and all that. It's a hard question. I mean, a lot of different artists that I hear, I listen to myself most of the time, but a lot of different artists that I hear, the type of music that attracts to me, that I like to listen to and vibe to, that helps influence my sound because I get different ideas from them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this from there, or try it. You know, different artists bounce off each other. So like, of course, like a Future or a Ghana or a No Cap, you know, all these artists I'm naming, they use auto-tune and they kind of, we have similar styles with the melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm just being myself for one, but the artists I listen to, because we all are artists and we all are working, you know, we kind of can inspire each other. So I would say just different artists I may listen to that has similar sounds. Roddy Ricch, you know, Post Malone, just different artists that utilize melodies and auto-tune. So that's pretty much how.
I love how you brought up Future because I was listening to AP before you got here, and I don't know why it just made me like, it just kind of reminded me of that Future vibe, but it's not like the Future sound. It's different. Like it's unique to you and your artistry.
But it's like still like, different. Yeah,
you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to like think of the best way to like explain it, but that's what it was for me. I was like, okay,
it's like a mix between Future and you listen to Friday.
I hear his songs. He dope as hell. I haven't really got into his music. And I would say K Camp too, real quick. You know,
that's the perfect. That's actually the perfect one.
But Friday, I definitely my music kind of you can see it in like that because he got like a real deep like
not the vocals.
Oh, okay, because his vocals, you know, he be hitting them.
Not the vocals. It's more so the it's delivery more than anything. It's like it's not 100% Friday. It's like a mix between the Future, like you said, K Camp, and the Fridays. Like it's a harmony kind of rap more than a straight up bars kind of rap.
And I got them, and I got those raps too.
For sure.
For some reason, I don't put them out much. I just feel like I need to turn that video.
They're in your vault
with cars doing donuts behind me or something. They in the vault. They in the vault for sure. I got a lot of them. Sometimes I might post a snippet online, but I definitely got the ones where it's just we getting to it. You turn it up, straight bars. But what I put out the smooth stuff for real.
He said, "Don't think he's slipping like that."
I'm not.
You borrowed up.
I'm waiting for somebody to say it ain't coming like that.
No, for real. Like
I'm coming like that. I promise you.
I already know.
Like you said, we talking about with the chicken. Keep one in the tuck. Got to be ready.
I'm ready.
Don't even get me started on chicken.
But real quick, we're gonna get into this segment. Before we start, anybody want to refill? Everybody good? All right. Everybody good? Okay,
good,
cool.
For sure.
All right, let's get into this new. Let's get into this. I said new segment. But let's get into this segment called Check That Out with Speaks, man.
That fire going.
See if Anissa know it.
Oh God. I want to put you on the spot.
It's Random Thoughts with Speaks, and she don't know it.
I
So
do.
it's me. It's Random Thoughts with Speaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already know what's going. It's Random Thoughts with Speaks.
Yeah.
Hold up. Do you really know it?
Random Thoughts with Speaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gang.
Let go.
He tried me.
Let go.
Give me 3 to 5 business days.
Let
I'm gonna
go.
check you back.
All right, high five.
3 to 5 business days. They gonna
That's
check you
crazy.
for taking so long.
Right.
Hey, it's Random Thoughts with Speaks.
Well, let it go.
So this topic, let me say this topic. This segment is about really just what it says, man. Random Thoughts with Speaks, man. So this is time I want to talk about some things that anything that pop in my head, you know, I want to bring to the podcast to discuss with the people.
Random.
On the People's Podcast, Juice 901, JUICE. Let's get it.
Heck yeah.
DAND. Something I want to talk about today, bro, is I got a question for y'all. How important is it to stick to your decisions that you make about your own life?
Oh.
And the reason why, and I'm not talking about stick to your decisions out of stubbornness, like, because you can also do that and be like, I ain't listening to nobody.
Yeah.
But like, how important is it to stay solid in your decision to y'all?
Oh man, I think it's very important. Geez. I'm just thinking of like every scenario where I've had to like make a tough decision, but I think it's really important, especially if you want to make a change in your life. I know for me, there was some things I didn't like about myself, some things I wanted to change. Like there's a place where I wanted to be. I'm like, okay, I got to start making some hard decisions. I got to do this. I got to cut this person off. Got to move this way. And it's just like, once you get stuck in that, not like a habit, but just like a routine of doing something one way for so long, it can be really hard to break that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that'd be the thing. Yeah.
right. If you want better for yourself, you just have to do it. Like sometimes you just got to quit cold turkey or whatever they call it. But
Yeah. You know, sometimes, you know, certain habits and stuff, you got to quit cold turkey. I like that because when you try to gradually quit, you know, that's like a roller coaster. And you will never really quit. To me, it's really important. Like whatever you want to do, if you want to get it done, you gotta stick to your decision, because in everything that we do, and it's crazy how some people, and it's usually the ones who not willing to put the work in. Yeah. But it's crazy how some people sit here and act like they only do this when you on the down stage. You know, it's a roller coaster with anything. I'm gonna use music for example. This music stuff has been a roller coaster for me. I've been here and it look like we got all this going on, a lot of promotion. This song doing good, this looking good, everything looking good. And then there might be times where it's just quiet right now. Right? And it's crazy in them down times that people got something to say. Yeah. Family members or friends or you know, all types of people. You're saying things like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have made that decision, or it's time to do something else, or it's time to do something else, or they say anything negative like, or why, you know, or why it ain't happened yet, you know, And in those moments, that's when some people be like, you know, I got to do something else. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, this is just a part of it, period. So if you stop and do something else, then how you gonna ever achieve anything when it's just a part of it? It ain't like it's just happening to you. That's a part of the process, period. And you know, and in them downtime, that's when people act like you made a bad decision. No, it's just a part of how it go. You know how it go before I started. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's very important to stick to your plan, because it's a roller coaster. If you're down now, you've been down before, you know it's gonna be up again. So you just gotta keep going. It won't gonna happen overnight. So it's very important to stick to your decision when you see that you really got something and you believe in yourself, because if you stop, it's not going to happen, whether you up, down, whatever, you know.
I definitely want to touch on where you were talking about people having a lot to say whenever you're in that downtime. I think you have to be very careful about what feedback you accept from people, because regardless, people are going to say whatever they want to say. And you just have to be very conscious. I wish I could remember the quote I posted on my Instagram the other day. It was like something along those lines, just being careful about who you receive some things from, because some people, they might present it in a way, oh, it's like constructive criticism, or I care about you, I'm trying to help you. But really on the back end of that, it's some BS. And they're just like, projecting their own insecurities and their like.
It'd be a reflection of them every time. Yeah.
And it's crazy because the people that are not in the space that you are in, the people that are not trying to achieve things, people that are not trying to better themselves or make certain decisions, they're just like
the ones sitting back.
Not so doing that's why they got the most to say.
They can see what's going on. They're like, oh, it's not looking right. You don't know what's going on, you know?
Exactly. You just gotta be you just gotta be careful about who you have in your circle, what you accept. Because I mean, gosh, I deal with it all the time. People saying, "Oh, you should do this, you should do that," blah blah blah, and I'm just like,
those in the moment ass ideas they just had. Damn, you've been grinding for years. And they just thought about it right now, and they like, "Shit, you shouldn't."
And sometimes people just won't get it until you be successful at it. That's the reality of it. And I brought that question up because of even music, like doing music, bro. Like I said, I'm an artist too. So even doing music, it's just like trying to explain to somebody that you're not just like one of these rappers who BS the artistry and
I'm not. You're not one of the Rudy Poo rappers, man. You're not a backyard bandit, man. You're not like you really.
I'm really like that, bro. It's like, but I
only want to rap when you get into somebody's backyard, but you don't want to do nothing when you leave to try to advance your artistry. You don't want it for real, you know.
And rappers get a bad lane in it because, like I said, even when you tell somebody you're a rapper, that's why I tell people I'm an artist. Like, tell somebody you're a rapper, they automatically put you in there.
They put you in
Filling dreams.
I'm a music artist. Yeah.
So it's like,
for sure.
It's SoundCloud rapper. And keep in mind, to my opinion, brother, some of the best music be on SoundCloud, but that's somebody who listens to SoundCloud. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. It's like, I think that standing solid in your decision, but being open to criticism is very important. Being open to criticism, but you got to be mindful of who criticizing you.
Right, where it's coming from.
I don't want to say something right quick. Because I had to get to a point where don't shut everybody out because it can piss you off and frustrate you to the point where you just don't want to hear nothing from nobody because I'm the one doing this. Y'all don't understand. And how you going to tell me about what I'm doing? But you got to get to the point where even people who not even in my field, even my neighbor can teach me something for real that I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? And so you still have to have an open heart to listen to everything, but know what you gonna listen to. And it was something else I was gonna say too, but I lost my train of thought because I do that all the time.
Hey, bro,
it happens to the best of us.
If you think about it, anytime the show, let me know.
For sure. What you said, you know, it sparked something in my head. I'm like, right, he's spitting right now.
I don't even know.
His random thoughts be having me think.
It literally be random thoughts.
I'm like, whoa.
There be some real stuff though. That's real, like, you know what I'm saying?
Because as a creative, bro, like we all creative in our own space, like in our own right. And it's just like, it's so easy when people who are not creatives don't understand the monetary value. People, they attach the paycheck to it. And yes, money is very important. Don't get me wrong. But they don't understand that people who are on this earth as creatives, we have to do it to stay sane. We have to do it as an outlet.
If we're not doing it, we probably crash out.
No doubt. No,
like it's been the times where I'm like, I need to just sit back, just let God do his thing, just don't do nothing, right?
Let God.
I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up in the studio trying to make a song, end up trying to edit a video. I'm gonna end up doing something, and when the whole time I probably do need to, like, I got so much unreleased music, I can't tell you how much it is, right? So I'm like, I need to sit back and focus on the songs I've made. I need to focus on the songs I have out, but I can't. I need to do something new.
So I would say, even with
new stuff,
even with that part, like as it can't. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the breaks are important in that department because that's when you get direction about how you need to release it and what needs to not be released. So I think that's the part where I need to take a step back and let me meditate or something. Or let me sit in the dark and just chill with my eyes closed for a second. We saw meditation on the last podcast.
Yeah, we did.
And that's extremely important. Meditation is extremely important, especially if you're a creative, because the way we think, as soon as our eyes open and before we close them, we'll meditate.
I just, like, I don't know what's wrong with my mind. It's just always going, like, but it's like I don't know how you sit there and go blank.
So you don't. Yeah. So you
it's like I don't.
And that's a
meditate.
That's a misconception though, because a lot of people think like if I meditate, I got to shut my brain up. That's not how it works. I think it was only a few people, and he was a monk that I was reading on. I was reading a book one day called How to Be a Monk, and it was only one person they study his brain. He can shut it off like that.
Yeah.
Even monks don't even shut it off like that. And even when you meditate, like you type in YouTube guided meditation, or if you want to do a like 5-minute meditation or 10-minute meditation, they'll tell you in the meditation, if you find yourself drifting off and thinking about something, that's okay. Just be patient with yourself. Just bring it back. When you notice it,
But
just
the
bring
thing
it back.
is, what am I supposed to be thinking about?
So they'll tell you like if they'll tell you to like take deep breaths, like breathe in, breathe out, and they're like when they say focus on the breath, like literally listen to the sound of you breathing. It's literally focus on that. Like if you have anxiety, like I said last time, and I tell you, if you have an anxiety attack, focus on, all right, what color is this? Oh, this black. What color is this? Oh, this red. What color is this? Your mind is occupied on something else. Whatever causes you anxiety, it brings you back. And I'm focusing on, okay, it's red. Okay, that's blue. Okay, that's white. Okay, that's red. So it's like your mind is, it disconnects on what's causing you anxiety. Yeah. So your mind is going, while you meditate, your mind is going to drift off until the more you do it, the longer you start being able to only focus on your breath. Like it's literally like working out. So it's like you're not gonna go in meditating and be like, okay, I'm good, like, and I'm not thinking of nothing. Like that's not gonna happen. You can't get it up, especially as a creative. So it's just like, it's practice. And type in like 5-minute guided meditation. Next thing you know, you type in 10-minute guided meditation. You type in 60-second guided meditation, like that or that, and you just start building that way. Then you realize what meditation is. It's not something that's like, you're not gonna perfect it overnight. It probably take years to do that.
I definitely gotta do the 60-second because it seems like when I try to get quiet, in the room, it seems like this turning the volume up in here.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Like, be patient with yourself. Like, you're not gonna get there. Like, you're not gonna get in the gym right now and be lifting 240.
I can.
Okay.
Man, I was just gonna say, you get in there with a certain person, they gonna look at your size and be like, nah, you probably do that right now.
Exactly.
And next thing you know, you're doing it. You're like, bro.
Or you stuck under the bar. Like,
man.
Stuck under the weight. Like, or if I tell you to hop on the treadmill for 10 minutes, you're like, okay, it's 10 minutes easy. But I tell you to hop on maximum speed for 10 minutes, you're gonna be like, hey.
Absolutely not.
Because people don't. Huh?
No, I was gonna ask, what you doing 240 on?
I was joking. Yeah, I mean, I did it before.
It's over. Oh, what?
I ain't saying you can't though.
It was like,
see what it was.
I don't remember what the thing is called. Where you like do the squats with the stuff on. Oh Jesus Christ!
Squats.
You would think no. I've done it before.
Wait, right?
I have done it before.
If it ain't no tape, it don't exist.
I have it somewhere in my Snapchat. I'm going to show you. Yeah. I seriously
on
do.
What? Because 240
just squatting, not pushing it. Like
240 is still a lot with squatting.
I had somebody spotting me. It took me a minute. I was like,
I gotta see that.
Like,
that's what you've been doing. I can see that.
Yeah,
he can see that. I gotta see that.
Now,
I gotta find it. Don't ask me to do it right now. I haven't been to a gym in a minute. I've been out the game for a while.
What's a memory?
Shoot,
muscle memory.
I'm gonna go down and I get back up.
Your life on the line. You're in a room.
Oh my god!
You're in a dark room.
You have to squat 240.
You have to squat 240
bro,
3 times.
Go ahead and take me out, bro. It's all right. Let's get into this next. Hey, from the.
Do you remember it?
Come on, we make.
You see what I did?
Let's go. Got A from the
Not
A
yet.
today. Hey, I'm building up. Hey, got A from the A today. You ready?
Are you ready?
We got A from the A today. Is she sitting on the end of you and me?
I am.
They ain't be like, A today we got you and me.
You and me.
You and me. See, Dad, we need your vocals.
Like
I'm
no
not the
auto-tune
singer.
effect on this joint.
Oh, man, I wish it was. It may be.
That would go crazy.
I don't know where
You
it's
probably
at.
could add it or something.
And we got A from the A, one P in the middle.
Yeah.
Take to the right, man, you know how we do.
Yeah.
And we from the M, man, you know this the crew. You know that we move and you know that we groove.
Yeah.
This ain't my segment, but you gon' feel it.
Feel it.
This ain't my segment, but you gon' feel it. This ain't my segment, but you gon' feel it.
Feel it.
A from the A, man, Anissa in the building. Talk to her. Talk to her.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought she wrote something. I thought you
Man, but I see if it really go in.
from the
A from the A.
from the A.
Speaking
I'm thinking
of
Atlanta. I forgot.
Yeah, that's the kicker. They
I
think.
try to be specific. Don't get it twisted.
No, my dad used to make this joke. People would be like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from LA." They're like, "Oh, you're from California." He's like, "No, Lower Arkansas."
Well, he knew what he was doing. He said
There's people do that like from
Yeah.
Michigan or Milwaukee from the M. I'm like, hold up.
Oh, yeah,
Don't-
all the time.
I
Don't
forget
do that.
that's their thing
Don't-
too.
Not from the L.
You know, that's crazy. Don't do that now.
This is really off topic, but have y'all been keeping up with March Madness?
I have not. I ain't gonna
I ain't been really keeping up with it, but I know what's going on. I've been seeing stuff, highlights and stuff.
Arkansas's out.
Shout out to Ole Miss.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Women's basketball.
Memphis is out too.
Man, so saying that's crazy.
Hey, but I'm proud of y'all.
Patriots
Go Tigers and Woo Pig.
Memphis be balling too. That's what's crazy. They be balling, March Madness. It's not about who been balling and none of that.
But that was the song back in 2015, 16.
Hey, and I was DJing then. I used to I used to tease a song like that. I'm playing with because I know they finna sing, cut the song a couple times. Yeah. The crowd singing. You feel like Future.
Man, facts.
You out there?
Oh, snap. So I know whenever we were telling the viewers and everybody how we met, and we were just talking about the music video. So tell me, how involved, well, of course you're very involved in the process, but I guess I should ask it this way. Whenever you have a song like My Baby, what is the process from making the song, recording it, and then visualizing and coming up with a concept for the music video or for different types of content to promote it? So what happens in that process?
I know one thing we look at is what the budget is or what can we actually do. We know what we want to do. We know what we should do, but what can actually be achieved at this time in your life? So that affects the process a lot. What I think of, I actually would think of this, but we're staying within this, and not to say this is still great though. This is still greatness. So, but I don't know. The way I make my music, if I left here today and went straight to the studio, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just listening to beats, and then I hear a beat that I kind of feel or whatever. We'll pull it up, and then I'm just finna make a song. I don't know what I'm finna talk about.
Yeah.
So the process with making My Baby was like that, I just started, My Baby, and I just made the song. So I can't sit here and say I thought of this and this is the process of that, and we wanted to shoot for this. Nah, I just made a song, and then after that, I get with P. Allen, and I kind of much for the first time I want to say about P. Allen, for the first time, not to say I haven't worked with other great cameramen, which I have, but I don't tell him nothing. I sent him the song, this song shooting to, and he got it. He got the he know what type of shots he want to shoot.
Facts.
He know with the concept he want to try to go for. He kind of comes up with the vision. We work with each other on trying to find a location. And because he's so good, like I say, we like Shaq and Kobe, LeBron and Wade. So I trust his mind. I don't have to say too much. So I can come up with great stuff. I do my own content, but music videos, of course I leave it to the cameraman to know the shots and the concept. So of course I know I wanted to get a model because I'm talking about My Baby. You know what I'm saying? We want a model. We want a pretty girl. We want to present it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's really simple. It's not as complicated as people may think it is. The whole process. This is what I do. So I just make the music. You book a cameraman. Me and P. Allen have great chemistry, and you just let him work. If you have any ideas, of course, but let him do his thing, and that's pretty much how that came about.
Fun fact. He he do all my videos too. This my guy.
That's crazy. I ain't know that.
Yeah, he do all my videos too.
I didn't even know you was an artist though. That's what I'm saying.
So I got him, bro. I be slipping on my pimping. I know it, bro.
Nah, you good, man.
But I be tripping. I'm gonna get back on. I'm getting slowly get back on the music. But fun fact, P he used to he was our first. He used to shoot you son on one. When we first started in 2017, that was our cameraman.
That's
so
amazing.
So I was talking to mine the other day. He by the way, Pete, we to be on him about dropping his song. He rap, right?
Yeah.
Stop it, he does.
Hey, nah, he hard. Yeah, he rap. Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Tell Pete to release Uncle Phil, bro. We got a song together that he's holding.
I need
everybody in the comments at P. Allen be like, hey,
P. Allen, drop the album
ASAP.
I ain't gotta say nothing. Let them get on his ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this part off and send it to him too. Watch.
Yeah, we need that. We need features. We need all that.
Oh my!
And if you need me to hold your camera and shoot your video, let me know.
And that's his problem. That's what he don't want to do. He don't want to. He don't want to relinquish the camera. He like, bro, I got to find somebody that's gonna shoot it right though. I'm like, bro,
I got you. I'm gonna shoot it right.
Content, bro.
We got you.
I know the angles and anything. I'm gonna do it. Just you know what I'm saying. I'm playing, but I'm for real. I really do.
No, for real.
The pressure on, my boy.
Yeah.
Pressure on.
Yeah, P. Allen, he be rapping. You know, you'd be surprised who do music.
Young got a lot to prove. Blocks to move. Don't pass me. I tell you,
he got the session. He got the track.
Yeah, right.
He got the track.
Nah, that's the one I'm on. That's what we did together. That man never released it.
That's crazy. Yeah,
never released it, bro. But shout out to P, bro. Did you have anything else to say on yours?
Yeah. I just think it's interesting because I love to like pick other creatives' brains on their creative process. Because I'm the same way. Like I work with, she's one of my sorority sisters, but also like an actual sister to me, a great friend, Ebony Lemons. She has been my creative director for a lot of my shoots.
Photo shoots. So she the one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, for most of them, like of course, like whenever we're both available, like we'll work together when we can. But I think it's great to be able to have somebody you can trust like that, even with the photographers I work with too. And they're just, I'm like, hey, I got this I want to do. Here's the outfit. Let's do something.
Yeah, I'll be executing too.
Thank you.
Ain't like a regular. Let me be quiet. It's not like the typical photo shoots that I usually see. It's very creative. I like, it's very creative.
You can tell when somebody's serious about their craft.
Yeah, and I appreciate that because I don't know. I try to like push myself, and I like to work with people that can push me creatively and like, just inspire more in that way. Because I'm still young in my modeling journey, and I want to be able to grow, and hopefully this will become my full-time job one day. But back to my questions. I know we talked about like how your style of rap evolved over time. How do you think like your actual like style has evolved over time, and has your music influenced the trends you've set or followed? As far as like
fashion. Again.
So how do you think your style has evolved over time, and has your music influenced the trends you've set or followed? This is like talking about like fashion.
Fashion. I would say my whole life I've been I've just been into style and dressing, a certain way. I don't know. Music and music influence my style and fashion. I'm sure it does. I haven't thought about it like that really. Like the way I dress versus, I think, because like, for example, like in the Xylophone music video I had on, what I had, what'd you call it? Like a blazer or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just wear whatever I feel like I look good in. It ain't like a certain style, that I'm trying to be based off the music or anything. I do kind of dress I try to dress according to a song. But I don't know. And the first part of your question was,
how has your style like evolved over time? I was
with the music or like the fashion thing?
Fashion, yeah.
Fashion. Of course, I keep up with the times. What we wore in 2009 ain't the same thing we wear now. I feel like over time I've gotten into more of you make what you wear.
You make the clothes don't make you type thing.
Instead of trying to wear the clothes that's supposed to be the cool clothes or what's trend. I'm creating the trend, and as over time as I've taking the music more and more serious, been myself more and more in the music, trying to expand and explore more in my sound and my music, it translates to other things in life. So I would say that's how my fashion was. I used to wear, we used to know what was the thing, like Ralph Lauren polo. Let's go back to the day of Ralph Lauren polo was the thing, right? Like in middle school or early high school, or I'm just throwing stuff out top of my head. Double Nike socks with Jordan, when you got the Jordans on,
or the NBA socks,
or the NBA socks. See, this some stuff.
Look, when I went to high school, they were sparing.
I was telling somebody
stuff right here.
My old job about NBA socks. I was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Where are you from?" I'm from Memphis. You can't be from Memphis if you don't know NBA.
If you don't know the NBA socks, that's crazy.
Please explain it to me.
You should ask him when he was born. If you don't
that was. No. Actually, she's from New Orleans. Never mind. So she don't know.
Okay.
It was just. It was like
a time,
but it was socks, and like you can get them like the Lakers socks. So it would come in purple. And with the NBA sign, it was literally NBA
so
sign.
literally, okay.
Like if he got forces with the green, with the green, right?
Ooh, I would have had the Celtics just on.
He would have wore the green and white NBA socks or some green NBA socks, doubled NBA socks. There might be a white NBA sock with a green NBA sock. Like, so we color coordinated with, we did it like that. You know?
If you had
we had
pants on,
3 socks on at once. Like Nike
y'all
with the Nike jump.
Sweating like
that was the point. If you had pants on, you tuck the socks in the pants and fold them over the sock a little bit.
If you ain't got no capris, because the capris used to be in.
Whoa.
So these are different styles that we did because that's what the trend was. So that's what the style was. Everybody did, and so over the years, over time, I got into what's my style. What do I think first?
Yeah.
What can I put together, regardless of anything? And it's worked out for me. You know, good. Sometimes I just throw something on out the closet. You know, and I just I ain't gonna have on yellow, red, and blue shoes and nothing like that. But you know, but I don't know. It's just caring more, but caring less at the same time. So care less about the outside and care more about the inside, if that makes sense.
I love that. And I feel like it definitely shows whenever you're being authentically yourself. Like you said, it shows up in other areas. Like you're being authentic with your sound and your music, trying to figure out like what is Professor sound? What is 1P's
what's
like
my niche?
Signature? Yeah. And then it just comes out in other ways. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm still stuck on these NBA socks.
Crazy.
Like, how did I not like?
Bro, you
don't know nothing about NBA socks at all. Though?
I mean, I don't even remember it because whenever I went to school, we were wearing Sperry's with like the Nike, the calf socks and shit, and Toms.
They was wearing that.
Like I just don't remember that.
When I get to Germantown, that's when I get to Germantown.
Might be 2 Nike socks though. It's not just one going up, but about 2, 3 of them junks going up.
Chacos.
So I ain't worried. Oh, see, but when I got to Germantown, that's when the white boy, black boy swag was in. With Travis Porter was out. So that's when you got the Hollister and you got your Aeropostale, you got the cargo shorts.
Yeah, they used to love wearing all the different Aeropostale and all that stuff.
I remember that Germantown. That's when I switched the style to that. Yeah. So it was like I might have one of the Vans or the Converse or something like that. That's when it was like the clean look. It was like you want fresh, you was just like you smell good. That's what it was. You look like you smell good.
You put together well.
Yeah, you like you put together well.
You ain't dripping. But you
parent approved.
Yeah.
You parent approved, man.
You well put together.
And a little shell necklace.
You spiffy.
Yeah, had a little shell necklace on, man.
You ain't dripping, you spiffy.
The shark tooth necklace.
I mean, expound on what I was just talking about.
Yeah, you good.
I don't have to.
No, you good if you want to.
I was just talking about how people when you're trying to do something like any type of like you're a model. I'm a music artist. It depends on what your goal is. I wouldn't say you can't chase the money and chase the end goal at the same time. You can't prioritize both. You got to choose one. So it's been times where people miss out on opportunities or things that would have helped further their brand or market themselves. So things that would have helped them be able to push to the next level. They aren't able to be as consistent. Not just miss out on a certain opportunity because they was worried about the money. They chasing the money, right? And the thing is, that's fine if you're chasing the money, but just know you're slowing down the progress of making it to the end. You're gonna get the money if your goal is to make it here. Oh, trust me, you're gonna get the money. But it's a lot of opportunities. It's a lot of things. You got to focus on actually getting your face out there. You got to focus on actually having some content to post. If you focus on money right now, I'm not saying you're not gonna get paid, but it's just a lot of stuff that you think about how much more your name would be out there if you did the stuff you said no to because they ain't have a little money for you. So it's just like, what's your end goal? Are you trying to make it here or are you just trying to get some money? Now, if you're trying to get some money, just get some money. But if you're trying to make it here, you need to do this, and this, and you get the money as you go. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I wanted to say for real, because I feel like a lot of people miss out on stuff because they was worried about money, and money probably was there waiting on you. But I mean, it shouldn't be about that. If you're trying to make it here, you can't just worry about money.
Recognize an opportunity when a paycheck not attached to it. That's what Charlamagne said.
Because there have been plenty of times, like, yes, I would love to just have, like, I would love to get to a point where everything I do when it comes to modeling is paid. But I will say, like, I have done a lot of unpaid shoots, and those bring like the best opportunities. Like we were talking earlier, it got my face out there. It's like, I've networked with more people. I'm expanding like my network when it comes to like modeling, fashion, photographers, videographers, like different things. And it's brought me so many other opportunities and blessings to where I'm getting to practice my craft. Yes. Yeah. And it's, man, it's great.
Yeah. I love it. And the money,
dang, they bumping.
Man.
They lied. Man, I be losing my train of thought, but yeah.
No, me too.
You get the whole point, man. Focus on don't focus on the money, focus on the goal.
Money will come.
And then the money will come.
Amen.
For sure, man. For sure.
What do we have next?
Man, let's get into what would you do in the name of D. Norville. I gotta find this beat because I can't find it to save my life. But we're gonna get into this game called What Would You Do, man?
What would you do? We could just acapella it. No music.
What would you do? I ain't heard that in a minute. No music.
Right. No music.
Man.
Makes you think that little mama.
I used to throw them parties. I used to throw parties and stuff and events, and the crowd will be out, and I'll be the DJ too though.
Yeah.
And let the music go out for whatever reason, or let me not have had the next song ready. Mm-hmm. Because I was doing too much. I'm turned up my damn self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
man, turn yourself up.
People be having such a good time and they be faded. All of a sudden, I'll take it one person. No music. Then everybody turn up.
Yeah. It's a good segment.
I let it rock for a second. I already got the next song ready.
Period.
Young dog preach or something, man. Finna hit him.
I'm gonna make this one hard, bro.
Oh God.
Maybe it's gonna be hard. I don't know. Maybe it might be easy for y'all.
Man, please make it difficult.
Let me channel my inner Dane.
And see.
So
I'm nervous.
You wake up in a hospital room, strapped to a chair. In front of you are 2 hospital beds. Your 28-year-old sister and your 36-year-old brother. Matter of fact, let's take the age off. You wake up in a hospital room. You wake up in a hospital room, strapped to a chair. In front of you are 2 hospital beds. One, your brother, and one is your sister. Both unconscious, struggling to breathe through ventilators. Their monitors beat erratically. A distorted voice echoes to the room. A rare illness has taken hold of them both. There is only one ventilator with the medication that can reverse the damage, but only one. The other one will suffocate slowly.
Ventilator? That's like the mask you put on your face for the oxygen to get through?
Mm-hmm. That's what keeps them breathing.
Because I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah, so let me give you a description of both of them. So let's say your little sister's name is Emma. She's the creative, artistic one. She's always been passionate about photography and dreaming of turning it into a career. But you held her back, constantly reminding her how impractical her dreams were. You've never believed in her full potential, dismissing her aspirations as childish. You repeatedly failed to offer her support. Caught up in your own life. Now she's stuck, and you realize you're part of the reason she's never found her way. And then you have your brother, the responsible one. He's always worked hard, built a life, and provided for his family. You've neglected him emotionally, always expecting him to be the strong one, never offering him a chance to open up. You've distanced yourself from him, expecting him to handle everything alone, when in reality, he quietly struggled with feeling alone in his responsibilities. You never really truly been there for him when he needed the most. A single button sits before you. Press it once for Emma, twice for Jake. If you do nothing, the ventilator will shut down completely and both will die.
Well, I gotta be my brother and sister. That's what's crazy. Because I got brother and sister in real life.
Same.
So they gonna be like, okay. All right.
Who do you choose?
What if I press it 3 times?
I'm glad I got unlimited time.
You only got 60 seconds. Hey Siri.
Dang it, no.
60 seconds.
She said,
2 minutes.
No. Turn it off.
55 seconds.
Let me think.
Oh God.
So I gotta choose. So both
One's for your sister, 2 for your brother. Emma, you never believed in her.
I can't talk to him.
Jake,
they're unconscious.
Emma, you never believed in her. Jake, you never really gave him any attention. He was struggling mentally. Who do you choose?
I mean, if I let them both die, he killed them, he murdered them. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? He murdered them. I ain't do it.
18 seconds.
Could I sacrifice myself so they could both live?
I don't know.
Hit it 3 times to find out. It could work. It might not work. 8 seconds.
You know what?
8 seconds.
I'm hitting that
Hold on, you for real?
times. Yeah. Oh, wait. Ah! I'm gonna try to save them both. I'm hitting it 3 times.
Come on, little sis. Damn.
So,
I had to press that jump.
so 1P saved little sister, right? And this is saved nobody.
I said save them both.
That's messed up.
You can't save them both.
Can
That's
I?
crazy.
1, 2. Save them both.
Both of them dead. Now.
No.
She talking about saving both.
Exactly. You hit once for your brother. I mean sister. 2 for your brother. 3. It could save everybody. All 3.
I
y'all.
tried. I hit 3. So
everybody's dead. But unfortunately, it saved no one. That wasn't one of the options.
I was gonna say that's why, because the ventilator, I was gonna try to, I was hoping you said it's some type of antidote, like in a, gonna give you half, you half.
In the last episode, we had to cut open our friend to get an antidote as poison was coming into the room. It was
Gotta cut him open.
Yes, it was crazy.
What was the other option?
You both die.
So cut him open or both of us die.
So the medicine was the antidote was inside his stomach. His or her stomach.
But is your stomach? Because he pointed here.
Well, I guess I saw that. I guess he's pointing at the top of the
okay.
stomach.
Because I was like
right under the
diaphragm?
chest.
He's still alive. He's still alive. He ain't even unconscious or nothing. He's still alive as you cut him.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to ask, bro.
So I feel sorry.
Bro, you cool?
Like,
Man?
how you feel about
You
it?
can try to throw it up.
That's what.
Regurgitating it.
Yeah, well, you only got 60 seconds. If he can get it up in 60 seconds, they're cool. If he can't,
I think he can. I think
that man gonna be.
I'm pretty sure it go. Yeah, I think he can. I even help. Yeah.
How do you feel in this?
Right?
It's already hot here. I feel like it just got 10 times hot.
I don't know who. That's tough. Because you abandoned both of them. That's the crazy part.
No, I didn't.
No,
I'm talking about
3 times. I'm talking about before, because the description.
Yeah.
You weren't there for her. You always shot her dreams down. Shot everything she did down.
Why is it always me?
And I'm talking about this is the description period.
Okay, I thought you were like,
No, you shot her dreams down, and you always expected him to be tough, and so he was suffering, probably depressed.
I mean, it's an impossible question, regardless of. That just makes it even harder. But either way, I mean, it's still your brother too. So it's like, after just the strength of that alone. But I mean, of course, you just gotta weigh it. I mean, she's younger. She's, your little sister, and you shut her down, like you said, all the time. And it's kind of messed up to then let her die. Come on, I don't know. You gotta choose though. So
Y'all want one more?
it is what it is.
Might as well.
You wake up at the edge of a stiff cliff. I mean, I haven't even read this.
Wait, you have to say
Of a cliff?
scene.
and seen.
Oh yeah, I ain't locked in.
That's why I did it.
A cliff? I ain't locked in from right there. I ain't locked in from the jump. I ain't even heard what he said.
You wake up
Out of it.
and seen.
West with no cliffs.
You wake up at the edge of a steep cliff. The wind howling around you. Your body is bound to a rope and dangling just above a jagged drop. Below you, you see 2 figures. Your little sister Mia and your childhood friend Ethan, also dangling, struggling against the ropes that hold them in place. The cliff seems to be crumbling around you. A voice booms from a hidden speaker. There is only one rope to save one of them, and you are the only one who can decide. If you cut the rope holding one of them, they will fall, but the other will be saved. The choice is yours. Act, and one will live.
What about me?
The wind whips through your hair, and the world feels dizzily high, as you would being that high anyway. Mm-hmm. The ground below is a sheer drop, nothing but sharp rocks waiting below. Your heart races as the voice continues. You can save Mia, who has always been the light of your life. Your younger sister who looks up to you, trusts you, and always needs your protection. But you've also taken Ethan for granted. The one friend who's been there for you since childhood.
You're not choosing your friend over your sister.
He's the one who always been loyal despite your neglect. Always standing by you no matter how much you push them away. One must go. You have choice. Cut Mia's rope, she will fall. Cut Ethan's rope, he will fall. Do nothing, the cliff collapse, and both will be lost.
You have to just add that do nothing part, because sometimes I'm just like, I can't make a decision.
At some point, you gotta choose.
Yeah.
Everybody done died about 5-6 times now.
Yeah.
Y'all seen one of them shows where it be stuff like this, and if you die, you got to redo the scenario. One of them movies,
God.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That'll be you. You will be constantly redoing the scenario,
and it would never change.
30 seconds.
At some point, you will get, At some point, you'll be like, yeah, I'm tired of this. And you'll go, both of them die. How much time?
20 seconds.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not choosing my friend or my sister. I don't care if bro used to get bullied his whole life or none of that. Like, I don't care if I neglected him and, this is hypothetically. I ain't doing none of my
5
friends
seconds.
like this, by the way.
My sister.
It gotta be my sister. I'm just saying, it gotta be your sister. But I got a question though.
What's up?
It might be a loophole. Might be a way out.
See, I like the way
hanging,
he thinks.
Right? I'm hanging from the cliff, right?
You're standing on top of it.
They're hanging from the cliff.
So I thought you said I was hanging. I thought you said I was hanging.
You wake up at the edge of a cliff.
Okay.
And it's wind.
So where's these ropes at? I this where I can cut the rope?
Yeah, your body's bound to a rope dangling just
I'm
above.
pulling both of them up.
It's not how it works.
How you gonna stop me?
Well,
we all go die.
Well, you gotta think about it. You can say how he gonna stop you.
I'm talking about
how did you get there in the first place?
But I know that's a good point. But I was just saying, if he talking through a speaker, he can still be there. I understand that, but he not somewhere close to where he can run and stop me. Maybe he got something in the wall.
That's what snipes are for.
Maybe
Snipers
that's why the dang clip is falling apart anyways, this big ass speaker.
Or maybe he just got something to detonate to blow up the whole cliff in case you want to find a loophole.
I feel like if you...
Oh, that's crazy work.
God, really?
That's crazy work right
Come on now.
This man got too much spare time. It's a lot of problems in the world he can solve, but he doing this.
Either make a decision. Right. This is how he gets his joy.
Sister.
Either make.
Okay.
He's a form of creative.
I don't like that type of creative.
If this was a real life scenario, of course you never know what you were doing unless it really happened. But shoot, I'm gonna try, and then you have to just kill all of us. You ain't finna. It ain't gonna be on me. You probably just have to kill all of us. I'm gonna try to get both of them up. I'm gonna try to pull both of them up. And then you're gonna have to blow us up or just pop me, that way. I mean, God gonna understand, it's not on me. I ain't,
True.
I don't know, because a situation like that, I don't know, man. It's just, you're gonna have to kill all of us, man.
So you see, what my issue is with this is
yeah, I mean, because it's like a moral issue.
Man.
It's like all
right, we'll take it from the siblings.
But if I had to choose, of course, you're not gonna choose your friend over your sister. That's me. I did not listen to him that day, man. He was telling me his stomach would hurt and I ain't take him home, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that was a little obvious too. So we're gonna close out the show with one more if that's fine with y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
So let's make this. You wake up in a mangled car wreck. Yeah, scene.
Always waking up somewhere.
I know. What am I doing?
I can't go to sleep. You went to sleep.
You wake up in a car wreck.
Oh, shoot.
The vehicle crumbled and smoking. The air smells of gasoline and burnt rubber. The car is dangerously on the edge of a cliff, just inches away from plummeting into rocks below. Your seatbelt is broken and you struggle to free yourself from the wreckage. Through the shattered windows, you spot two figures. Your cousin, Lily, and your other cousin, Ben, both unconscious and pinned by the wreckage. A cold, mechanical voice echoes through the car stereo's window system. The car wasn't an accident. This crash wasn't an accident. But now the choice is yours. You can save one, but not both. The screen flickers, shows images of both cousins. Lily, she's the one who's been the most caring, responsible cousin. She's the glue that holds the family together, always looking out for others, especially you. But she's been struggling recently. Her relationship with her parents is falling apart, and she's been hiding the fact that she's been in deep debt. She's the first to find help. She's the first to help anyone, but has never asked for help herself, always putting on a brave face. But then you have Ben, the rebellious cousin, always living life on the edge. He's adventurous and fearless, the one who took risks you've never been even considered. He's been distant lately, though always pulling away when you need him. Lost in his own world of partying and avoiding responsibility. He's never been there for you when things got tough, and deep down, you've often wondered if he really cares. The wrecked car shifts and you realize the time is running out. The car is sliding toward to the ravine. You can only reach one of them, but only one will be saved. Free Lily, she'll be able to escape, but Ben dies. Free Ben, Lily will be lost. Do nothing, the car will collapse into a ravine and both will be lost.
So we're all dying if I do nothing.
No, both of them are dying.
Oh,
Can I want to ask some. Can I get like 120 seconds because we have to take into account the background stories. I got to soak in who they are.
Okay. Hey Siri.
And it's a scenario we don't really know them. You see what I'm saying? So I need a little time to
I give it to you
to play. Who they are in my head.
Hey Siri.
And try to
60 seconds.
Let me see. You said she always helping everybody, so she in debt, but she keep a strong face. She don't ask for help, and he's always rebellious, doing his own thing, kind of like not there for you. It's like he don't care. He probably deeply cares. He just, some people deal with things differently.
Can I phone a friend and get some help? Or no?
Sure. 30 seconds.
Damn.
Do whatever. Nah, because like this might be such a life changing thing for him. He do a whole 360, the whole 180, like, and he started like being there for you extra. He started learning. She seems to have it figured out. She seems to have it a little more figured out.
I hear that, but it's like one part of it is
5.
No matter what.
4.
I can say myself.
3.
I can say myself if I don't choose.
2.
Can I say myself?
Save Lily.
1.
I can say myself though. Shit, I'm about to live up for their ass fall.
So 1P lets both cars fall.
I'm finna deal. Oh, I can say myself, right?
It's what it is.
Yeah, because damn, shit.
And Anissa saves Lily. Poor Ben, 27 years old, died in a
They're
fatal car
never
crash.
gonna let me
27.
live this down.
27.
How old was she?
25.
Okay. Wow.
Man.
It
Fix
really
it,
hit like
Jesus.
I really know him.
And that wraps up another episode of What Would You Do? Tay Speaks, done by Tay Speaks, brought to life by D Norvell, man. Shout out to D Norvell, man. I hope I did you well, but if not, I did my best.
He's probably gonna be watching this like,
I would have did better.
it's the
It showed
Okay,
bring a
Carlton.
different type of aspect to it,
yeah.
It comes with the voice and the music. And
Facts.
If it is no music, he'll make it. Dun, dun,
You already know it.
dun, dun, dun.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
But thank y'all for tuning in to the episode of Juice 901, man. Shout out to you, 1P, for pulling
Oh, yeah.
up, talking
Thank
to
you
the
for
Juice
coming.
901. I hope you
For sure.
enjoyed yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And don't let it be your last time pulling up, bro.
For sure.
And
Yeah, I'll pull up again for sure.
Next
Anytime.
time.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for sure.
yeah, tell us where we can find you at.
All right, 1Professor on Instagram, 1Professor Music on TikTok, 1Professor on Facebook. I think 1Professor Music 412 on YouTube. And I think that's everywhere you can find me for sure.
Nice.
And if you're looking for music, my boy got it, man. My boy just be releasing music like crazy, bro. So
Yeah.
you would never,
all
you would never get bored.
platforms,
all the time.
YouTube. You go to link in my bio on Instagram, you will find everything and more. So yeah, for sure.
Nice.
And for the last time, let's go ahead and tell P. Will, drop the album,
Drop
bro.
the album.
Man, drop it, man. P. Allen.
We're waiting.
Let's
Time
get
is
it, man.
ticking.
And throw me on there too. You
Nah,
know,
facts.
I
Facts.
I'll
Let's get it.
put a hook, a verse on that joint,
Facts,
Heck
man.
yeah.
for sure.
Who got the juice?
We got the juice.
Juice 901. Let's get it.